Why do girls like them bad? I don't know, but it's true. Take it from the baddest, they can't get enough of you. If you bad, they following me home after school and starting fights over me. I don't know what to do, cause I'm bad. I'm a certified bad boy. Fuck the law, I'm just here to get some cash, boy. Looking buff.
Welcome to Worlds.Worst.Entertainment. Thank you for watching this video. Let me just start off by saying, and first doing, and call me out for this, I don't care, but let me just, switch it up a little bit. I just gotta play this real quick. Alright, let me stop playing this short because copyright reasons. But let me just start off by saying thank you and good looking out to Tom Brady on that Super Bowl win. Yes, I was rooting for Tom Brady. I was going for him for that Super Bowl. I knew that he was going to win it. I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's the next big thing, as wrestling would like to call it, in terms of Brock Lesnar when he came in. I think Patrick Mahomes is the next big thing, along with a few other quarterbacks that are out there. But there's no beating Tom Brady. There's no stopping him. 7-time Super Bowl champion, 10-time appearances in the Super Bowl. Albeit we did beat him twice. My Giants, 2007. I just got to acknowledge it. But other than that, though, Tom Brady's had a stellar career. I've watched him since I started watching football back in 2004. My dad had me playing Madden in 2003, and the first team that I played along with the Rams was the Patriots. And I don't know if my dad had the roster set up to where Tom Brady was the starter at that time, because I'm pretty sure Tom Brady became starter in 2002, so if I was playing 2003. I don't know if they had the rosters updated at that time, but either way, I was playing with Tom Brady, and it was the best playing with Tom Brady, and I learned a lot of football. And then after playing that game, I started watching football and watching him in real life, and boy, it was like watching the video game imitate real life, pretty much. I mean, or life imitating a video game. I don't know which one, but watching his career is amazing. And I'm speaking in past tense because I don't know if this is his last. I don't know if this is his last season. I would understand if he decided he wants to retire after doing the Super Bowl run. I mean, what he pretty much did was amazing. He went to a completely different team that he's never played on in his whole career and brought them to a Super Bowl, not only to the Super Bowl, but also won them a championship. I don't know any other quarterback that's able to do that. I know LeBron James has come close to, as a player itself, as a sports athlete, to be able to do that. But I don't even know if Michael Jordan was able to do that himself. I'm not fluent on sports in terms of stats and all that. But I did, want to note out a couple of stats. I've already mentioned before about the 7-time Super Bowl win. I've already talked about the 10-time Super Bowl appearance. But did you guys know that in his career, playoffs and, playoffs and regular season, this guy threw for 92,000 yards. Holy Christ, that's a lot of yardage. I mean, I think the exact number was 91,653. I could be wrong about that, but I'm going to round up 92,000. I mean, dude, that's a lot of yards to pass for in your career. So, I just want to say big ups to Tom Brady. And for those people out there that are saying that, oh, he threw 3 interceptions in the previous game, why are you so much up Tom Brady's butt? First of all, I'm not up Tom Brady's butt. I'm just acknowledging the GOAT. I mean, for God's sakes, if you can't acknowledge the greatest player of all time, then who are you, what are you watching then? I mean, seriously, sometimes you got to put your pride away and just acknowledge who's the best. And dude, every game that you play, some games you're not going to be the best. Some games you're going to throw interceptions. Some games you're not going to, be playing at your fullest. But the thing is, with Tom Brady, it's about consistency. Guy has been doing it for, I think, almost 20-something years now, if not 20 years, maybe a little bit less. But dude has been doing it consistently for the longest. You know what I'm saying? His stats have never wavered to the point where you needed to bench him or replace him at any point. I mean, he's literally been consistent. Even at his worst years, he has been consistent. And you just can't deny that. So, I just want to thank Tom Brady for giving me the opportunity to watch him play, see an amazing career. And, I look forward to seeing what he does after his career, or if he decides to do next season. Who knows? But moving right along into the next topic, because that was the one topic I wanted to talk about, Tom Brady and his win, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, proud of him. The next topic I wanted to talk about, as you can see, I have some wrestling apparel in the background and stuff like that. I have these things up not only because I want you guys to see the real me and the different side of me, but I also wanted to bring up celebrity boxing and how pro wrestling and celebrity boxing are very similar, and how pro boxing can actually take a note from wrestling itself. I mean, because I'm not too much of a boxing fan, to be honest with you. I've tried watching boxing. I tried to watch boxing growing up. My dad had me, watch Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and the greats like them. And, I've always enjoyed watching. Sorry about that. I'm just correcting my computer. My computer is acting up. It's at the bottom, as I said before. I've always enjoyed watching the greats like them and stuff like that. But that was back in the day. When I try watching boxing now, I'm not going to lie, it's boring. I'm not going to go too long with this, but, I feel like just briefly off the top of my head, when I can think of things that could be immediately corrected, commentary could really do an improvement. I mean, when you want to watch a match, when you watch wrestling, I know some of us have been previous wrestling fans in the past. Think about those matches that you saw. It wasn't just the wrestlers in the ring that was entertaining you, that was bringing you to watch. It was also the commentary team that took the time out to explain what was going on. And, when a big moment happened, they got energized with you. You know what I'm saying? And when you watch boxing, it's just not the same. It seems like the commentators are just reading stats off. And when they do get excited, they don't explain why they're excited. It's just, they kind of just assume like, oh, this is exciting because of this. Now, for us, we want to see a knockout for casual fans. That's why we turn on the boxing. I know hardcore boxing fans don't really care so much about knockouts. They want to see points. They want to see how well you're able to defend yourself and guard and all that. I mean, I know defense is a huge part of boxing. That's why Floyd Mayweather is as good as he is. He's able to play extremely good defense, and he's playing for the point games. If he can get his jabs off and stuff like that and get more punches in by the end of the round, judges will rule in his favor, and it's a smart strategy. But if you're trying to attract fans, it's boring. Fans want to see a knockout. That's just what they want to see. So, I wanted to take the time out on this video to pretty much just briefly go over, once again, how wrestling can integrate with pro boxing. As I said before, commentator team could change. I also think that the titles can also do an upgrade as well. The titles, they look old. When you see wrestling titles and even the UFC title, they look glamorous. They look like something that you want to have around your waist, as somebody who's coming in. Like, that's a belt I fight for. But when you go to a boxing event, a legit boxing event, these titles, they don't look appealing. I mean, don't get me wrong, the name itself, heavyweight champion, sounds great, but the title itself just doesn't look like something I want to have around my waist, to be honest with you. It looked like something I want on my wall, which a lot of them do put it on their wall, but I mean, I'm sure if they had a nicer belt, they'd rather flaunt that around and have that around their waist, just like every other champion would. That's part of being champion. That's why I have my belt sitting out, because, in my eyes, I feel like I am the champion because I bought that belt. So if you bought the belt, you're a champion in my eyes. But anyway, like I said, I feel like I am a champion, so I want to flaunt the belt. This is a nice belt, and this is considered a vintage belt compared to the newer belts that's come out. And this looks, in my opinion, way better than pro boxing belts. So I mean, I feel like that can do an upgrade. And then also just the presentation. when you watch a pro boxing event, it just seems like the fighters are coming out. They got the nice robes. They got their posse around them. They may have some music playing, but it's not anything that's like, oh my God, like there's a fighter coming out. It just seems like they're just going through routine, walking out. That's just my point of view. You know, I could be wrong on that. I know I probably am wrong on that because I know pro hardcore boxing fans really like their boxing and they're going to disagree with me on this. But if they could just fix those things up, I think boxing could really, really be jump-started to the market. And you see that with celebrity boxing nowadays, where you have guys like Jake Paul going up against Floyd Mayweather, and Jake Paul going up against Nate Robinson, and the Paul brothers just going up against anybody pretty much because they feel like they can fight now. You know, part of the reason why they're getting looked at is because they're bringing entertainment value to that. They bring numbers to that. They use social media to their advantage. Just like wrestling, even I think wrestling is now integrating social media into it. They didn't have social media before, but thanks to UFC and stuff like that, you know, beefs on social media has become a more to-go thing to watch and see. So, you know, it would make sense to why, you know, social media is, you know, being used. But besides social media, I mean, when you see them come out into the ring, they have Titantrons now. You know, custom Titantrons that says whatever they wanted to say on the back, which is pure wrestling right there. I mean, if you don't have a dope Titantron in wrestling, I mean, I'm not saying that you won't get a pop or a cheer or something like that if people weren't looking at you. But I mean, like, it's good to have a dope Titantron, you know, because it's a plus. The music, the entrance music, they all have custom entrance musics, just like in WWE and wrestling. Once again, if you don't have a dope song in wrestling, I'm not saying that you won't get a pop. I'm just saying it's just a plus to have it. You know, and then on top of that, when you get into the ring and you see them come down, their whole apparel is branded, studded out, like this is them. You know, once again, in wrestling, I'm not saying that you won't get a pop if you don't have it. I'm just saying it will just help. Because that's pure wrestling right there. It's a gimmick. You have to flaunt yourself. No matter if you're a bad guy or a good guy, you have to flaunt yourself. And in celebrity boxing, because I can't call it pro boxing, it's celebrity boxing, I guess, they are using that to their advantage, even if the fights are complete dirt. I mean, and half the time these fights are complete dirt. They really are. But hey, you know, people watch it because it's entertaining. They want to see a fight, and fights happen. I mean, for God's sakes, they saw a knockout. Nate Robinson got knocked the hell out. You might see another one this weekend with Jake Paul. Jake Paul might get knocked the hell out. I mean, not this weekend, whenever the fight happens. Jake Paul might get knocked the hell out. I mean, I'm not saying might, he will, or he'll just get defeated badly, but he got to throw in the towel or something. This is Floyd Mayweather. This is coming from a guy who's not a huge fan of Floyd Mayweather. I'm not a fan of his attitude, even though, actually, no, I am a fan of his attitude in a somewhat degree. Floyd Mayweather, a little side note for anybody who wants to know a little bit about Floyd Mayweather that I found out a few years ago. Floyd Mayweather made an appearance in WWE during the time, I want to say it was 2009, I think, or something. I could have the year wrong, but either way, he made an appearance at WWE where he went to WrestleMania, he fought the Big Show. Now, most celebrities that go into wrestling, they want to come out on top. They want to win. They don't want to take a loss. They don't want to be, you know, coming out looking like the loser. What many people don't know is Floyd Mayweather actually wanted to lose to the Big Show because he honored wrestling so much to the point that he felt that it would do a disservice to Big Show if he just beat him. He was like, no, let me lose the Big Show. It makes sense. I'm a smaller guy. No matter if I'm a pro boxer, this is Big Show. And to have a guy like that come out and do things, and to have a guy come out to wrestling and actually honor it, even though they know that it's fake, it's pretty cool. I may not like his social media antics. I don't like the fact that he flaunts his cars and his money and all that. But you know what? That's fine. That's him. You know, that's just not me. I don't flaunt that stuff. The most I flaunt is, you know, what I'm into. Like, I like music. I like wrestling. I like sports. I like having a clean mental head as much as I can. And, you know, that you know, Floyd Mayweather, he gets my props, so he will beat Jake Paul is basically what I'm saying. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to briefly touch upon how pro wrestling and, you know, celebrity boxing are very similar in how they work together. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I hope that you guys find time to watch the match between Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather. And let me know how you guys think of it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think of the Super Bowl that happened this year, as I touched upon before. I know that there were a lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans that were upset. And honestly, I understand why you guys are upset. You guys went to the Super Bowl last year and won, and they came back to the Super Bowl again. You guys will be back in the Super Bowl next year. I promise you. If Tom Brady decides to play, I just don't know if you guys will win again next year, but I'm looking forward to it because now we have a rivalry going on in the Super Bowl, and that's history in itself. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm sure you guys can see in this video, I updated the background a little bit. I added some new things. Things that, like I said, I wanted you guys to see the different side of me. It's not just the mental side, which I do enjoy reaching out to people and having them reach back out to me with how they feel about that stuff, which I still want to happen on this channel. And at the bottom of this video, if you decide to leave a comment, I just want to also expand the channel though, so you know, there's more people that can come by and relate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, this channel is called Worlds.Worst.Entertainment, and I stress the entertainment part of it more than anything that comes before that besides World. You know what I'm saying? The worst part, it's simply because of the fact that I don't know how to edit. I don't have the technology just yet to do what the top YouTubers are able to do. But that comes with time though, and every time I hop in this video, every single time I decide I want to record, I'm upgrading and I'm trying to get better at it. I mean, literally every single time, and I'm grateful for every single view that I get from you guys. So, like I said, comment, like below, you know, let me know how you guys feel about it. And, yeah. You know, I'll see you guys next time. Let's just vibe out. Everybody be safe. I love you guys.
This video is over now. You'll find something else to watch, or just watch this video. I know we had a lot of fun, but you can't stay on this
That's a good heart right there.
forever.